Everybody, welcome back to another episode of DFS Fantasy NFL Picks for Thursday Night Football. I'm host Megaro31. Quick commercial before we begin. Hockey has started. McKinley's been doing a great job on that. Actually, been putting out some videos. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, it's another reason to do so. So you know when videos like that are coming out. But check those out. And we have one more day of free content. So sign up for NHL Daily. And it is free for tomorrow, final day, and then we're back to the regular season pricing, which is still very, very affordable. So if you're a hockey fan, or if you're not a hockey fan, want to learn how to play hockey, then hop on in. I play it all year. I know nothing about hockey, but McKinley's been a great help. I usually play the tiers, just get the achievement. Love the crowns. At the end of the season, they work out nice for you. So it's not too much. So I just encourage you, if you like crowns and rewards and stuff on DK and you don't understand hockey, then just jump on in. They give tiers core almost every day there is one, and it's pretty easy to follow along and play. So check that out. Hey, Thursday Night Football. I think the biggest question in the world is what's worse than the Denver defense? And the answer is probably nothing. But it quite possibly could be the weather in Kansas City on Thursday night. Is supposed to be about 50% chance of rain. It's still going to be kind of warm, so it's still going to be in the 70s. So it's not like a cold, miserable rain like if it was in Buffalo. But the wind's going to be blowing anywhere from like 15 to 20 miles per hour, gusts maybe up to 25. So might not be a great night offensively or for kickers. But, looking at the slate, I think normally when you do slates like this, and Kels says that he's probably going to play. I know he's banged up with the ankle. We'll have to see if he go full. I don't know if he'll get a full game in, but he probably could do enough damage in like 2 quarters, especially if they get a big, over 100 yards, catch a couple touchdown passes, then, he's set for the night anyways. And usually on these slates, you're looking at Mahomes or Kelsey for your captain, but I think Pacheco's the move here. And the reason being is that I think that if the weather is supposed to be the way it is, it might be hard to pass. He's a good one to be there on the ground, keep things secure, run the clock out towards the end. Maybe some of the backups will come in for that. But I think I'll go for captain. And then I'm going to take Mahomes there and the Kansas City D, because Kansas City D been really good this year. And Denver's really struggled, and Wilson's can throw picks, and I just think that I don't really usually play D's in Showdown and cash, but I just really like this. It leaves me 5,800. I can get Kels in there. Have to kind of maybe punt a Denver player to get that. So, but it is doable. But I'll probably go a little bit more balanced around out my line. But that's where I'm starting. Cash is definitely with Pacheco and the D and Mahomes. So you get Kelson there, Russell Wilson to run it back, Judy or Sutton if you think that the weather's not going to be that bad, but you still trust Pacheco to be the running back. And then another cheap option run back with is we believe that Javonte Williams is going to come back from, was it hamstring or something potentially? Whatever his injury was, like he has practice, so he should come back and play this game. But Preline and McLaughlin have seemed to have like supplanted him. Javonte Williams, even though he might still be the starter, I think it's gonna be a committee, and he might start to find himself the odd man out with the progress. So Preline's more of if they're behind catching ball in the backfield, and I think McLaughlin's going to be kind of the hammer. So either one of them I think can definitely be some cheap cash fill-ins, especially if it's going to be a sloppy game. Even though you're up against the Chiefs D, you got to play somebody. I don't really trust the kicker Lutz with if the weather's going to be bad, if it's going to be windy, because you might be kicking into the wind, or if the field's slippery. So I think, if even if Williams is active, I think Preline or McLaughlin could definitely be a great cash fill-in. So my GPP, I'm going to go with Kelsey and Mahomes. You can flip them if you want to put Mahomes, especially if Kelsey's not in. Here is in GPP is where I'm okay going with Lutz as the Denver piece. But if you want to put Preline or McLaughlin in or somebody else, I'm fine with that too. But Kelsey, Mahomes, might trade my shot on one of the wide receivers. Rice and Moore are probably the ones that I feel most confident in. Tony, he just can't seem to catch the balls. I think he's just a disappointment. Valdez Scanlon's out there too, but he's more like a decoy. I don't really see him getting many targets or making a lot of plays. It's usually like Moore and Rice just seem to be the main ones. It's just so hard to nail this down. There's just so many ways it can go, but in a GPP, if you're playing $1, then just keep on play the core and then just keep on rotating the chief wide receivers in, and maybe you could crack one to pair with Mahomes. If you in GPP, here's where maybe go with Javonte Williams. If you think that maybe the injury was why he's got off to a slow start and now he's back and he'll be fine. And the other thing too is if you want to take McKinnon, and I need to appear and add him in there twice. I don't know why, but that should just be McKinnon, because he could definitely see some plays out of backfield stuff if they're trying to keep it on the ground, some reverses, stuff like that. So definitely something to keep in mind for a GPP. Contrarian, probably gonna go with a Denver build just in case. It is football, it is a sport, anything can happen sometimes. So Judy Wilson, you can go Sutton Wilson. I'm gonna run back with Rice. It's just probably the receiver I trust the most, and then just continue to probably build balance. I'll probably get Mahomes in there. I don't think I can get Kels in there with that build, but just kind of round it out and have kind of a balance with probably go 3-3 there, maybe 4-2 with Rice if I can get Mahomes in there to pair with Rice. So we'll see how that goes. And for my cheap captain GPP, if Kels is out, even if Kels is still in, like Gray's cheap enough and they still use him, he's still caught touchdowns with Kelsey on the field. So he doesn't need to do much to pay off his price. So give me Gray, give me Mahomes, and give me Pacheco there. And then you can pretty much fill whoever else is. You can probably stack Wilson with one of his wide receivers in that lineup, and so I'll have enough to have another decent fifth piece or sixth piece for that. So the punts I like I said, Gray the tight end. If you think they get way up, I think Clyde Edwards-Helaire comes in for garbage time. He's so cheap that it doesn't take much for him to, I think it's like $1,000. So, if he just is there, like pounding the ball, if he gets like 40 yards, I think that's a decent amount of points for a guy that's $1,000. If you're putting on some of the wide receivers for the Chiefs, I really like Ross the most. I don't love him, but I think he's the one that makes most sense. Justin Watson's also in play also. And then Mims, if you want to take a shot at a Denver wide receiver. And Brandon Johnson is out there also, and he's pretty cheap, so you can consider him. But Mims is the home run deep threat, and it just takes one like long shot to him if it's not going to be a hurricane during this game, and it does look like things have calmed down, and that passing game might be something to look at to throw in there. So that's what I got for you. Backups, Stridham and Gabbert. I always play each one as a captain in one line for $1 each week, and it hasn't really paid off yet this season, but it just takes one game for it to play out. If not, I end up losing probably like $26 during the year, but it's not that bad. I usually am able to make it up because usually they're cheap enough that the rest of my line, if I play my solid a solid 5 with them, then I can usually at least get my dollar back in most GPPs. So I got, if you have a question, you can always put them in the chat below. Hit me up at MegRuler31 on X, formerly Twitter. DMs are open. Remember, like I said, check out the rest of our channel, see if there's other things out there. And this is helping you, then you can definitely, if you want to go and subscribe, the description of the video has how to get into our website and to sign up for free NHL, free Major League Baseball through the rest of the playoffs. And you can check out and see all the other sports that we're covering. And then finally, if this video helped us by watching this first, already. But if you like, subscribe to our channel and share with your friends. We'd appreciate that too. So thanks for watching. I will have the full NFL breakdown coming up, and try to talk about the showdown game in London again, which I believe is the Titans and the Ravens. So we have that on Sunday also. So lots coming up this weekend. Thanks for watching. Pay attention to all the other videos that we're going to drop this weekend. Always subscribe to our channel so you know when they're coming out. Good luck in your contests. Hope it starts off with an amazing weekend for you. I'll see you next time.